So basically, as a matter of, I'm not sure if you were, so basically, as a matter of preparation,
Yeah.
so I was saying that now that I understand what the belief bars represent, yellow down and blue up, and sometimes the anomalies. Okay,
Yes. Yeah.
so I wondered if you could talk me through step by step, but like slowly, okay, of when to place the belief range finder tool and then the retrace tool afterwards. Okay. Now, I noticed that in videos when you talk, okay, and this generally happens really quickly. When you say you place it here and then you talk about here, so I'm not actually sure what you look for when you say here. Are we looking for the up, upmost move on the day, or sometimes there's like a bit of a retrace in between? So I just want to be sure that I follow, sorry, not that I follow, I just want to be sure that I understand the rules to apply properly,
Okay.
so that when I practice I'm doing the right thing.
Right.
Yeah, that
Well,
that that
well,
that applies to the.
first off, apology. I
Yes,
am very guilty of saying
yes,
place it here and place it there.
yes.
I'm very guilty of that. It's just because
That's
I'm
fine.
obviously looking at it, and I just think, and I
Yes,
just
yes,
go here. And I think a lot of the times, Rick, is when I make the videos,
yes,
when I'm especially when I'm looking at Pat,
yes,
my brain is like a couple of paces ahead of what I'm actually
yes.
doing.
I understand. Yes,
And so what happens is I'm placing it here, but as I say to you, I'm placing it here. I'm actually
yes.
thinking about what's going on
The
after that.
move to follow already. Yes,
Yeah,
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 and
okay.
yes,
So
yes, yes.
what I'm going to do is what we're going to do on this exercise is I'm going to get you to talk. So I'm going to put Pat up, and I'm going to give you some pointers, and then
Mm-hmm,
I'm going to get you to tell me
mm-hmm.
what it is that you're doing. And that way, I think
Okay.
if we just do that together, I
Mm-hmm.
think it'll be much better than me just saying, "Oh, do that, and do that." So
Okay.
you becoming
Yes.
interactive as it were. So let me just see
Okay.
if we can. We should be able to get up Pat there. There we go. Right, you see Pat? Okay.
Yes, I can.
Right. Let me just move my screen round so I can see. And hopefully you can see my cursor.
Yes, I can
Okay.
see your cursor.
Rightio. So I am going to just open this up, and you realise that this was, the election in the
The
UK.
Brexit. Yes, yeah,
That's it.
Brexit. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Of course, everybody expected the market to go down, didn't they? All the, you know, the pundits said that if Boris got in, of course, England was going to be, if we came out of Brexit, there would be this massive destruction of the industries and everything would fail and queues on the motorway and all this sort of stuff. And so that
Mm-hmm.
was expected to drive the market down. And as you can
Yes.
see, what happened is well, I'm going to let you talk me through this here. So,
Uh, uh, mhm. No, no. If you can just commentate on it now that I know the what happened,
okay.
and that I was watching the news. Okay, so the belief was predominantly waning because I can see that it's yellow.
Yes. Interesting to see, Rick.
Yes.
Just talk to me.
Mm.
You said waning. I'm glad you picked up on that.
Yes.
You can see that the market is continuing down, and it's
Yes.
waning. So what is that? What is that telling us?
So that means that there is less and less enthusiasm. There's less and less belief in the market continuing to the downside.
Perfect. Absolutely
Yes.
perfect. Now,
And then,
yeah.
yeah.
Now carry on.
So I can't. Okay. So just yeah. Immediately after that, I can't really see what's at the bottom. Okay. I can't see those two bars, but I see a big jump bar to the top.
Oh, let me just move my.
Okay, there I can see it now. I can see it. Okay,
There,
right. I can
there we
see it
go.
there.
Okay.
Yes, I
Right.
can see it. Okay,
Right.
so before that blue one, okay,
Yeah.
before that blue one, yes, on that last yellow, when when the market when the market then forms that belief, okay,
Yeah.
I would have been like, whoa, what's going on here now? Now there's a change in sentiment,
Okay.
okay,
Right, now what I'm
and
going to do is I'm just going to pause you there because I think this is where quite a few people will get caught up.
okay, all right,
This is how this is what happens when you become connected, uh, you become connected to the market. You become hooked into the market as opposed to stepping back and taking an overview. So
Okay.
you've seen these coming down here. Now, as this is occurring, of course, these down here, you know what's going on. You know there is
Yes.
a failure to the downside, okay, and that's a good
Yes.
block of information to have. Okay, so we're coming through here. That's a great block of information to have. And then
Yes.
you see this, and you say, "Whoa, okay, okay, what's going
Yes.
to happen?"
Yes.
Well,
Exactly.
this in itself is a trigger, but it's not the whole trigger. It's not telling you, okay, this is how I'm going to trade, because this is just really a continuation of the move. Now, these
Yes.
here, you should, when you see this type of thing here, you need to be saying, okay,
Mm-hmm.
where does this fit in to the market maker's
Yes.
business model? So forget about the fact that these are all these yellows down here. We know about those now. We know it's waning beliefs. We know it's
Yes.
waning enthusiasm for the downside. So what we want to say
Mm-hmm.
is, when we've got that, we take that and we say, okay, how does that block of information, that little pocket of information that I have, how does that fit into the market maker's business model? Okay, that's the question we need to ask. Once we ask that question, we then start to explore. Okay, how do we find this out? Okay, so we then pop a line on the bottom of here, because how does this fit in? Right, well, what are the three ways in which this could fit in? It could be accumulation, manipulation, or it could be a profit
Yes.
release. Yeah?
Okay. All right.
Okay,
Yes.
so that's what it could be. Only one of those three things.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't know yet. We don't know. Now, what
Correct.
what many traders will try and do is work out what this means now, as it's happening. Now, this is a fundamental flaw in reading a market, right? Because if you try and speculate what this is for, while this is happening, you are going to get caught up. You're going to get confused. You're not going to understand what you have to do. But you've worked it out. You've seen what it is. Okay. So now what we
Yes.
do is
Yes.
we need to wait for something
Yes.
that will enable us to say, right, that occurred through there was accumulation, manipulation, or
Manipulation
profit release.
or profit release.
Okay.
Okay.
Now,
All right.
when
Yes.
this happened,
No. No. The first one, the blue one going down.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
When that happened.
yes, but,
Yeah.
but you see what I'm
Yes.
saying
When
there?
that happened.
Right, okay, now can you see what your brain has done? You have
Yeah.
tried to carry on a continuation. You've tried to
Yes.
put meaning onto this.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, now
Okay.
the only thing
Yeah.
you could say at this point is, if you'd got your line set up here,
Mm-hmm.
is you could say this could be
It's probably manipulation,
probably
like a stop.
manipulation.
Yes. Yeah. A stop
Okay,
take.
stop take. Right. Now when you see this,
Mm-hmm.
what are you able to do?
I can now conclude that it was definitely a stop take, because or a manipulation, because they moved the market. The market went down to collect those stops and back up.
Right. Now what you've done is,
Yes.
by seeing this,
Yes.
you have now placed the complete understanding on this,
Mm-hmm.
and you've placed the understanding on the stop take.
Yes.
So now you now know if this was true. In other words, it was a disinterest in the downside, which you now know is, and you now know this
Yes.
is a stop take, but you haven't
Yes.
got that information until you saw this,
Correct.
the jump bar. If you've put all those things together, which way can the market only go if you are correct in your analysis?
If I'm correct in my analysis, it can only go up.
Right. Now, what has told you that? Either you, or has the market maker's activity told you that?
No, it's the market maker's activity. Yeah.
That's right. So the activity
Yes.
of the market maker has revealed to you their future intention. So they have told you where, well, I haven't blatantly told you, they have revealed their hand. I often talk
Revealed.
about this.
Yes. Yes.
Revealing
Yes.
their hand. They always have to They always have to reveal
Reveal.
their hand.
Reveal. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yes.
you are only looking when you're looking at Pat software. You are
Mm-hmm.
only looking for that point where that
Mm-hmm.
reveal becomes
Mm-hmm.
clear to you. And we'll just go
Yes.
back to that now. You can
Yes.
only put that, trying to put trying to work out what this is going to mean is where you will get caught up in your trading. Okay, because
Mm-hmm.
it's going down through here. It's not. It tells us what could be going on, but it doesn't tell us
Mm-hmm.
what is going on. It doesn't tell us what that is. That could all be misdirection, you know. But it's
Yes.
not until we see this activity here that then we
Mm-hmm.
understand what that is. Now, let's take another example, okay? Let's go right to the top here. Yeah? See the yellows?
Yep. Yep.
And then
I'm
what do
with
we
you.
see? Then what do you see here?
The complete opposite, basically. So it's showing you that there's waning belief to the upside, and then we see that there's an increasing belief. All of a sudden, there's a change in sentiment.
That's it.
Yeah.
And so that's the market reveal. Now that's quite soon on in, early hours of the
Yes.
morning. Then we have this.
Yes.
Then what do we have over here?
Another jump bar down, which is almost a confirmation of the previous jump bar, as in that.
Perfect,
Yeah. That.
perfect
Yes.
analysis. This bar
Yeah.
here has
Yes.
really wiped out everything preceding it. All that range there
Yes.
has now been wiped out. So think of this as a
So
collective amount of beliefs. They've all now been destroyed.
yes. So would that have been another accumulation phase?
Yes, there's another
Okay.
accumulation through there. We know that now,
Okay.
but we can't.
Uh,
But don't try and what we can't do is try and read that
Individually.
at the point in time.
Yes.
This is where you can get very easily drawn into bar watching. Now there comes a point,
Okay.
Rick. There comes a point,
Mm-hmm.
Rick, where you are
Mm.
bar watching. You are watching for that jump bar, but the jump bar is only there not for you to say, "Oh, now it's a time for me to trade." You'd never ever use a jump bar for that. It's not what it's there for. The jump bar is there to say to you, it's like a flag saying, "Hey, just go back and check what has occurred prior to this." When you're checking what's happened prior to this, can you detect accumulation, manipulation, or a profit release? If you can, now you can act on the jump bar. And that's all it is, Rick. It's enable you to say, "Hey, pay attention. What can I find?" And that's what it comes down to every single time. When I used to train people live in this is back in England. I was living in Spain, but I used to fly back to England and going to London, and I would set up a live trading room, and we would have like 15 or 20 monitors set up. And it would be a satellite feed coming in then because we didn't have the internet at that time. Looks like we've just lost you there for a moment, so hopefully you will come back. Come on, Rick, let's have you back here. Where are you gone? Bit cool in here this morning. Where have you gone? Okay, looks like we're getting Rick back. It's coming back. Let's just make sure all is good. Are you, Rick? Are you coming through? Are you filtering all the way from Durban?
Hello?
Looks like we're getting Rick back. Are you there, Rick?
Yes, I am, but you've come through to my phone.
Okay, we'll go back on your phone. Okay, so let's go back and try to get you back on the screen. Okay, looks like we're going to get Rick back. There we go. Rick's back.
Yeah, I'm back. I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Right, okay.
This is so frustrating, technology, when it doesn't work.
That's all right. There's no worries. You must be tired there anyway. It's getting late for you.
No, I'm not. Not at all. It's a holiday. I left the kids in Johannesburg, so it's just me and the wife and Martin, so a lot of time.
Okay. All right. So let's go. So yeah, so
Okay.
as I was saying, um, we were talking about what we're looking for, these individual items, and how this triggers back. Now, like I say, when I was
Yes.
trading doing this live, it was in London. We'd have all this data feed coming in. We'd have all these screens set up, and I'd have like 15 people would come into 15, 20 people sometimes would come into the room, and for 3 days I would trade live in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'd be
Mm-hmm.
placing live trades, and they'd be watching what I was doing and everything else. And
Mm-hmm.
now they used to say to me, "Okay, where are our notes and everything?" When they get there on the first morning, I say, "Well, you haven't got any work notes, you haven't got any flip charts, and we don't do a presentation. You came here to learn how to live trade, so that's what we're going to do. But you've got a
Mm-hmm.
blank notepad in front of you, and as we
Yeah.
go through the day, you can make your notes. And when it's quiet and we're not trading, you can ask questions, and that's how we'll do the course."
Okay.
And for the first day, it was watching like rabbits in headlights. It was like not I would be talking fast, reacting fast, taking trades, opening trades, closing trades, and you could see the fear level was absolutely rising, and the
Mm-hmm.
whites of their eyes, as it were, with their headlights. And I used to say to them, at the end of the day, I said, okay, you should be
Mm-hmm.
probably absolutely shell shocked by now, because I knew they were.
Yes.
I could see they were, and.
Mm-hmm.
And I've actually had people in tears at the end of the first day. Tears
Mm.
because they had previously lost a lot of money on the market, and
Yes.
they got to a point where they thought they were going to fail. They came to me in the attempt to succeed, but by the end of day one, they were so confused they thought their world had ended. It was never going to happen. And then
Yeah.
and then we go through day two, and pretty much the similar, but they'd start to make a few notes and everything else. And at the end of day two, I used to say to them, when we get to the end of day three, I promise you, everything that I will have taught you and everything that I will have shown you can be written on the back of a postage stamp, and you will be able to read it.
Really?
And they said, they just look at you in incredulous amazement. How could this possibly be? So pages and pages of notes they've got and everything else. Like I say, you'll be able to throw those in the bin, throw them all away.
Mm.
You need a postage stamp. That's all you need. I used to have a little post-it note that I had on there, but I meant actually a postage stamp. As a metaphor as it was. And sure enough, by the
Yes.
time we got to the end of day three, they
Mm-hmm.
could write what we'd learned on the back of a postage stamp. So, Rick, what I'm saying to you is that when
Yes.
we're looking at the market, and when we're looking at Pat's software,
Yes.
what it is instructing you to do, or what it's telling you, or what it's revealing to you, is really the hand of the market maker. That's all it's
Yes.
doing, is revealing to you its hand. It's simply saying, hands up, okay, I'm doing something.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's up to you to work out what it's doing.
Yes.
So your job, when you think about it, is to sit and wait for a jump bar to come along, or something that
Yes.
causes this attention for you, something that flags you to say, oh, hang on a minute, there's something going on here. You don't never look at Pat and say, oh, that's a stock take, because you don't know if it's a stock take until the market maker has
Right.
shown their hand. You
Right.
can't say that's accumulation, because you
Mm-hmm.
don't know it's accumulation until the market maker shows his hand. So when
Right.
you're looking, and this is where you can get caught up in Pat, is by any software, because you're looking to try and analyse what's happening bar by bar.
Individually.
You're
By
trying to
bar. Yes.
generate meaning instead of
Yes.
saying, wait, okay, now I'll go back and generate meaning. Now I'll let my analytical mind come in and look at what's going on. And that's what it comes down to. There's a call, it says it's reconnecting, Rick. We've got a very weak connection again. Okay, looks like we've lost Rick again. That's a bit of a shame, but hopefully we will get him back. Okay, it looks like we've lost Rick there. He's been cut off. Hopefully that has been a bit of a learning experience for anybody else watching in on that call, and really getting to understand that we've got to stop, get away from bar watching. That's not going to reveal to us where we're going to make profit, as it were. What I'd like from you now is a
Mm-hmm.
summation of what we've just gone through
Okay.
as you understand it.
Okay, so we didn't. So you were talking to me about basically avoiding to get trapped into the of avoiding to fall into the trap of bar watching and being able to make a judgment call based on a single a judgment call of what stage of a market we are in based on a single bar. But what we didn't do, if I can just stop you quickly, is that you remember I was asking you if you can show me once you've identified what stage of the market you're in, how to actually use the TFT tool, the belief range finder and the TFT tool. We didn't cover that.
Okay, right.
Yeah,
So, but you understand now about when you're going to start using those tools because you're only looking for that indication to say, hang on, here we are.
co-
Then you're going to go back and work out what
correct,
what's going to happen. So you're then going back and do your analysis. Okay. So let's just go
correct.
back
Yes.
on. Let's just get onto the patch chart.
Okay, I can see a pet chart.
Okay, great.
It's the same one that we were looking at before. Yes.
That's right. Okay. So in this situation, we've had
Yes.
a now. Of course, this was a huge move, wasn't it? That took
Yes, it
place.
is.
So let's just get rid
Yes.
of this lines off of here. So
Okay.
we know what occurred. We've gone through that in the previous session that we were talking about this. Then we had
Mm-hmm.
the jump bar up on there. Now from this point on, you're saying, okay, well, where do I put my
Yes.
belief button? Now, of course,
Yes.
there's an anomaly with this one, isn't there? Because look at this. This one bar was greater than 90 pips. Okay, that is an anomaly, isn't it? That it's not.
Yes.
We're not seeing that every day in the
Mm-hmm.
market. So let's just go. Uh, scroll back to get back to a sense of normality. We'll say. Okay,
All
let's
right.
just get rid of this. Okay, so what I
It's
want
a
you to
bit
do then.
fuzzy, but okay, there we go. Now I can see it. Yeah.
Okay, so you can see this going through here. Now, what do we see coming up through here?
That belief to the upside is waning. There's
Okay.
decreasing enthusiasm. Okay.
When we see
Then
that,
all of
what would be the next
yes.
question that we'd ask ourselves? We'd say to ourselves,
Uh,
if there is a failing or a weakness or a disbelief in the upside, what would we
mm,
expect to see? What question? How are we going to answer that?
we so what are we expecting to see is we're expecting to see increasing belief to the downside
Okay.
in as a reaction to the decreasing belief to the upside.
Okay. What would confirm that? What would confirm that these three yellows going up here are indeed what
Mm.
we suspect them to be, which is failing in interest in the upside? What would confirm that?
The jump, the third blue from the last one, yeah.
Okay. But there's something else that would confirm, would add a bit more information to that.
Mm, no, I'm
So here was a high point,
yes,
a reaction here.
yes.
Where will the stops be? There'll be stops above here, won't there?
There'll be stops there, correct? Yes, yeah.
Okay. So
Oh,
again,
yes, I see exactly what you're saying. Okay, all
okay,
right.
so what we've done is
Yes,
by looking at these three coming up here, we said, okay,
yes,
well,
yes.
yeah, this is failing to the downside. If it is, and if the market is going to go substantially down from here, in other words, if the
Mm,
market is going to go into a profit release,
mm,
uh, what would we expect to see? We'd expect to see a stop take. So
correct.
now we're putting
A
together the picture.
manipulation.
We're
Yes, yes.
seeing this is our first. Okay, what's going on here? What would we
Mm-hmm,
expect to see? Okay, yeah, we'd expect to see some stock taking. Where would that
mm-hmm.
happen? Okay, well, I think that stock taking would probably happen around there. Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, looks like that might be happening. But
Yes.
is it going to carry on up? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't
We
know.
don't
What
know.
should we do?
Okay.
And then we see,
Okay.
and then we see a jump bar down.
Okay. All right.
Now the market maker has shown their hand. So they have this action here has now
Yes.
confirmed to us that this was what we thought it was,
Yes.
and so was this in terms of a stop take. Now, if we have confirmed that there was weakness to the upside and there is a stop take and we see a jump bar down, what is the market highly likely to do now? What's the next
To
stage?
go into a profit. to go
Profit
into a
release.
profit release.
A profit release.
Correct.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if that's going to be a profit release, where would
Mm-hmm.
the profit release start from on this chart?
It's okay. That's an interesting question. I've never thought about that.
Okay.
As in, where would it
The
start
profit
from? But
release.
it would
Yeah.
start from, yeah.
Yeah. Go on. Where do you think it would start from?
No, I would think it would start from the confirmation after that jump bar. So once the confirmation of the belief increasing to the downside, any point from there.
Yes, it could. Yeah, yeah. You're probably right. And I say probably, and I say that deliberately. You're probably right because here we
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't really have any idea of where to put the belief bar. So what we'd always do, sorry, the rangefinder. So what we'd always do in this case
Mm-hmm. Okay, so yeah, this is
is
where it gets interesting.
put it
Okay.
on the start of the move.
Okay. So the start okay,
We
so
put it
at
on.
this
We'd
point in
literally
time,
put it on the turn. The moment we have the information of this,
yeah.
okay, this is going into a profit release. We simply put it on the turn.
Okay, all right, okay, all right. So basically where the highest was or the stop take was.
Yes.
Okay, all
Now, can
right.
you see, now going back, can you see how all through here you had nothing, nothing, nothing. You still had nothing here. You had nothing here. You had nothing here,
Ye-
nothing here.
Yes,
And all of a sudden,
yes.
now with this action here, now
Mm-hmm.
all this proceeding is
Yes,
readable. Now you can read the proceeding. Up until this
yes.
point, you had no idea. This is where I get quite
Correct.
frustrated with traders who say, "Oh, I knew it was going to go down from here." No, you didn't.
No, you don't.
You
Yes,
thought it would.
correct.
You thought it would. You had no
Yes.
idea. I've been doing this business in excess of 20 years. I couldn't tell you whether the market's going to go down from here or not.
Wow.
I couldn't
Okay.
tell you that.
Okay.
I wouldn't even bother speculating as to whether it's going to go down. Why would I want to bother speculating there? I might as well wait until I'm told. I might as well
Okay.
wait until I do understand. Okay, so
Okay.
once I have this under here,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
and then what I do is, I need an entry, don't I?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Now I don't know if I can. Let's just see. We'll just try on this chart here because I'm on the 45-minute chart here. Okay, so I need an
Mm-hmm.
entry point. So what I do is, I'm going to use this tool here to look for a retrace.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's my retrace, and now I can
So,
confidently sell here. Now the reason I can confidently sell
okay,
here
just
is
sorry,
because
just 1 second.
yeah, go on.
So on the on the on the stop take, you place it on a high. At that time, you don't know that it is, so you wait maybe when the next blue bar forms to the right, okay? But at that point, you don't know that it is a retrace until you guess the next yellow bar, which is higher than that, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And thereafter, what do you look for after that?
Wait a minute. I'm going to call up the.
Okay.
Okay, can you see both of those charts?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to snap on the um,
The cursor on both sides.
the syncing cursor, yeah. So I'm going to sync that on there and sync that on there. So whatever I do on here becomes visible
Okay.
on this chart here. Okay, so
All
we
right.
should be
Okay.
able to see now. So we've been looking at this on the 45-minute chart, which is over on
Okay.
here. And what Pat does is allow you to
Sorry,
synchronize
on your
that.
so the 45 is on the left,
Yes, the 45 is on your
and
left.
then on the right.
On the right is the 15.
Oh, okay. Because I can't see the top. It's got the Martin is recording on the top, so I can't really see the top. Okay, cool.
Ah,
I'm with you. Yes, sir.
okay, let me just
Yes.
pull this over here a little bit, and I'll pull this
No,
over.
no, you don't have to. It's fine as long as I know that 45 is on the right and 15 on the left.
Okay, okay. So now what you do is, so now we've done all our analysis, haven't we? We've done all our information that we need. Okay.
Correct.
We've placed our 90 pip tool now. Now we're looking for our entry, short. Yeah. So if we look at this where we are, we're at this stage here now, yeah?
Yeah.
Where the black line is. Okay.
Correct. Ah.
There's our entry.
So so we're looking at, so at the moment where you've placed it, it's at the bottom of that yellow bar.
Yes.
Okay.
Any
That's
retrace.
which is
Any
any
retrace.
retrace, yeah.
Yeah. Any
Okay.
retrace back up
Yeah.
against what
And
we've already identified.
okay, and then you enter, so you go short on the top, on the where it says 113192.
That's the one. That's right.
So the moment it hits that bar, you're going short.
Yes. It doesn't have to.
Okay.
You don't have to. You know, this is another point, Rick.
Mm,
Let me just come back onto here. This is another thing about what I find a lot of traders get caught up in.
mm,
They're looking for exactness. So in other words,
yes.
you know, I say to you, right, this is where you put your, you know, so we got the story. You know, once we got the down bar, we put the story together. We're expecting a profit release to the downside. If
Hmm.
this is a profit release, if this is a profit release to the downside, we can expect a significant move, can't we?
Correct.
In effect, Rick, you could sell it at that point anywhere, couldn't you? Because if it's going to be a profit release to the downside, you could sell it anywhere because it's going to go
Correct.
down to the. Okay. Now, if you have that
That
mindset,
is true. Yes, that is true.
all
Yes.
you're looking for now is an advantage point for you to enter that allows you to enter with an insurance policy. The insurance policy is that you can enter with a small stop.
Yes.
Okay. That insurance policy is simply saying, okay, well, use your trade range finder tool and just look for a retrace. But let's supposing that, let's go back to our chart now. So you've put this, you can see that again, okay? So you've put your trade
Yes, I
finder,
can see it.
so you've
Yes.
put this tool on here, the trade finder tool here, and you're now going to anywhere really where you sell through this place here, anywhere you sell
Yes.
through here. So if you missed that uprise to there, or you sold it there, you're going to go out the money a little bit there. If you sold it here, it doesn't matter where you sell it. This tool is it's a guide. It's not there to say to you, oh, okay, you know, this is exactly where you've got to sell it when it goes back up to these 16 pips. What I'm simply
Okay.
saying to you is that, look, hey, when you're looking at this, on average, you will see the market will retrace about to the top of this range. That's for what will occur. And this is where you can trade from. If you say to me, okay, I've got to sell it exactly when it gets to the top line, I'm going to say, no. Why would you want to do that? And then people will say, well,
Yeah.
then why is the tool there? Why is it telling there? It's there because it's giving you a guide. That tool, Rick, those three yellow lines are absolutely useless. They are a pointless exercise having on that chart if you are using them to work out why you're going to enter the market. They're useless. They have no right to be on that chart until you know that they're going to be useful. They can only be useful when the market is into a profit release, which is the only time you're going to trade. And the only time they can be useful is when you understand that you're in a profit release.
Perfect. I'm with you. I understand perfectly, and it gives me more ground to practice until I encounter more questions.
Yeah. Can you see what we're doing here?
Um,
So we're taking this thing, when
yes,
you started off in this, we're taking this thing that's this big of confusion, you know? It's like
yes,
it's this
yes.
big, you know. You know, I'd like to hold my hands out here, but you won't see them on the camera, you know. But
Correct,
it is probably out here much bigger. And through the
correct.
training that you go through, you know, we gradually narrow this down. And all I'm
Yes,
doing at the moment, I'm actually not giving you more information. I'm just trying to chop off the stuff you've got each side of here, so that you
yes.
naturally focus in. And one day you will wake up and you will look at your charts and you realise, Jesus, I've been talking a lot of crap for the last 3 months. I don't need to even. Why on earth have I been thinking about these things? Why on earth have I been looking at this when all I have to do is sit here Wait for this and join in on a profit release. Postage stamp. When you get to a postage stamp, then you'll be
Mm,
successful in this business because it is as simple as that. The market will go up, down, or sideways. That is it.
mm.
Our job is not to sit
Agreed.
here and work that all out. I don't care what the
Yeah.
market does. All that it can do, all it does, up and down, sideways, whatever. I only care when it reveals its hand, and from that I can then profit.
Agreed. Question.
Yeah.
The the new members area. I seem to have lost the link to that. Do you can you just resend it to me, please?
Do you mean that's where you go and where all your training is?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. I'll send that over to you.
Okay. All right. And then I still don't get notification when you post new videos.
No, I have found out for some bizarre reason that the software, I put a new, and you would think that the software would automatically trigger and say, hey, there's new content for
Yeah.
the student here. It doesn't do that.
Hmm.
I have put in a request for the company that makes that software to say, look, this would be quite sensible to do, which they agree. So hopefully they will change
Okay.
that. So when I upload new material now, I just will send out a general email. The problem with that is everybody
Okay.
gets it, which is not good, but that's the only thing I can do at this stage. So if you're one of those people watching who gets an email from me randomly and says there's new update, sorry, that's because everybody gets it. Rick
All
gets
right.
it, you get
Okay.
it.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. All right. No, that's fine.
Okay,
Then, then I'm happy with that.
all right,
I'm only basically going to start fiddling with the markets again on from January
okay,
because I find that it's a bit too quiet at the moment.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
There's
fine.
yeah, it's a
Look,
bit too
take
quiet.
the break off, have Christmas off. Yeah,
Yes.
that I'll be doing that, and so will probably most of the other students.
Yes.
Come back in the new
Yes.
year and kick off,
Yes.
and work on the postage stamp. That's all you've got to do.
Yes. In the meantime, I'm rereading the book. Okay, your book. I'm rereading your book, but
Okay,
I want to continue watching videos,
okay,
which is why I need that access to the members area.
okay,
And then if I have any questions, I can just fire off an email whilst I get ready for the new year.
okay.
Yeah.
Lovely. All right. Well,
All
take
right.
care,
Okay.
and we'll catch up very soon.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time, Martin.
Okay, no
Much
worries.
appreciated.
Take care.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Right. Okay. And stay away from White Island.
Okay, I will do. Bye bye.
All right. Cheers. Bye bye.
What you've just seen is a typical student training session. As you progress, these get more in depth and they move into coaching to deal with wealth creation. Having personal contact like that is so that I can offer guidance and advice on a regular basis. It makes a huge difference to how quickly you can become consistently profitable and get on track for real wealth creation. Just before I go, I'd like to show you what it's like inside your training portal when we start working together. Okay, so once you log in, you will have access to this. You can see there's a free training book down here. There's a wealth creation trading currencies course. This is free. There's other things here. If you want to actually join and get onto the market makers method, you can just buy directly from here. But you can log into this free while you're here and have access to this. Then you scroll down to the bottom down here, you can see the PAT software setup and how to use. There's a training course there on the actual PAT software. Again, you've got access to that without payment. Trader coaching and training, that's quite interesting. Now let's just click on this so you can see what you get in here. So once you click through here, you'll see this link and then you'll open this up. And then down here, you will see these training videos, and these are interviews with current students. They're also talking about how to map out the market and generally ongoing training that I go through. If we click on one of these, let's just take one for example here. We'll click on this and we can see that this is here in this text. I explain what the interview is about, and then we can get straight into there, and if you click away that, we will get straight into the interview that went on with Mark and the training. So that's all you have to do to register for that is go to the website, and if I just pull the website up now, so there, if you just go to the website and if you just scroll down a little bit, you'll see you've got training packages here. You've got the free wealth creation course and the market makers method course. So if you log in, for example, into the free wealth creation, that will then give you access through to the training that I've just shown you. And there you go, that's what it's like working with me, and that's the resources that you have access to. I hope to see you soon.